Ashvin Parekh, Managing Partner at Ashvin Parekh Advisory Services as well, joins us on the show right now. Ashvin, morning. Were you as taken aback with this news of Paresh Sukhtankar calling it quits as we were?
Well, actually, I was because I thought Paresh was certainly working towards the leadership. I mean, two things, of course, happened. I mean, in between. One, of course, is that the RBI came out with, the extension. I mean, for the CEOs, and there was an extension both for Ramesh Sopti and also for Mr. Puri. And otherwise, in the normal course, that change at both the banks would have perhaps happened almost about 3 years ago. Be it so, I mean, that was one occasion when I certainly thought Paresh was taking it. This one certainly does come as a surprise. I mean, it does came in the last quarter itself, last 2-3 months, the developments are such that, I mean, it's taking us by surprise, I must say.
The bench strength of HDFC Bank is quite formidable. So can I say that it is not, individuals make the company, but ultimately HDFC Bank, despite the departure of Paresh in terms of operations, will not be affected?
But no, I mean, certainly, I thought, I mean, with, the leadership there, I mean, including, of course, Paresh, he was a part of it. I mean, they have put up a robust framework, in fact, and people do talk about the fact that, I mean, the banking and the decision-making is very deep-rooted in the bank. So to that extent, there is a cadre. To that extent, it's a very well, managed and run bank. A few changes in the leadership and all may have some impact, I mean, from the morale point of view in some form. But otherwise, the bank as an institution continues, I suppose. It's a very strong bank. It's a strong institution, certainly, I would say.
But how do you what's the perspective that you can offer in terms of the transitions that banks like HDFC Bank or Axis Bank are facing at this point in time? It's really across some of the large private names which the market was really betting on in the recovery of the investment cycle. And leadership, is pretty much the way the course is directed for these banks.
No, I mean, this is, of course, something that, the industry is pondering on. Because for quite a long time, in each one of these cases, all the prime 4 or 5 private sector banks, we do know that the leadership, perhaps, was largely responsible for an excellent performance or a very good performance of these banks, in the last 5-6 years. I mean, particularly during the difficult times, I mean, I must say. Now there is going to be change in the leadership, I mean, Axis is already going to make a change by January. In 2 years' time, HDFC will make changes. Axis is, of course, soon going to announce the new CEO. So in some of these cases, I mean, one does believe that perhaps the new leadership will have larger challenge on hand. The old leadership has really established a certain order of decision-making kind of empowerment, certain order of governance, and taken the bank to the next level or the high levels. So there is going to be a huge challenge on the new leaders who will come up. I thought anybody who comes in and tries to right in the beginning make too many changes, could make the whole case even more interesting, I suppose. It would be difficult for such a person. But I mean, I would certainly say that it's an interesting thing to watch now.
Okay. All right. Ashwin, I appreciate your time. Thank you for joining us. A quick